Okay, welcome back. And just a quick entry. Yesterday, after yesterday, I've done a reading with R. Kelly's higher self. Was dedicated to R. Kelly, and the question was, what does he want? What would he like to tell his fans? The cards that came out were the Emperor, followed by the Star and Page of Pentacles. So we're going to look at this in two ways. The first way is that there's a promotion, or God would like to. There's a promotion of an offer of promotion, which could be something which is something material that would give bring joy, wish fulfillment and healing, because it would be something that would add value to add a lot of value. And another thing that came out was when you add the numbers together, the star, which is number 17, plus the Emperor's numerical value, which is 4, that makes 21, which is the world in the tarot, which is completing a cycle, the completion of a cycle. And then when you add the page, that makes 22. 22 is returning back, is moving into. If you picture this as in the sign of the eternity sign, you have two circles which are interjoined, making, you have two circles interjoined, so one universe moving into another. So the 22 of the major arcana is that point, that middle point of the two circles that you join. Also, the 22 equals the 0 point. So that 0 point in the picture, in the illustration, if you can imagine, is that middle point of eternity. It's the middle point of eternity, which is two circles put together, or an 8, almost like a bow tie, or a number 8 turned sideways. Number 8. So the middle point is the 22 card. So the numerical value, we have 22, which is the completion of a fool's journey. The fool has completed the journey. The soul has travelled the entire universe. If you can imagine that each card in the major arcana is an archetype, or is a lifetime. He has completed those steps. He's at 22. So the following step in the Earth linear form would be the number 23. So moving 20. So for instance, we started at 21, which is the world. Then we moved to 22, which is the full, or also which is the full, and then the next number will be 23. However, he also has two numbers. He has a 0 because he returns back to rebirth into another universe, or also number 0 going back. He's journey back to God. He's going back to God. He's going back to 0 point. In a cosmic union with God, like on the scale, on the universe scale, because God is within, and he talks to us when we are in a loving state. He communicates with us when we're in a loving state. When we after completing this journey, we return to just in love, metamorphosis of love, unconditional love. We just turn that into norm. So God because in the shell we carry, we've transcended the shell, the human. We transcend the human, the body, the flesh. We transcend, and we just become pure love, and that's how we're integrated with God, into going back into another universe, or just being the observing God, the God that observes, the God that is the present. So we return, because the whole point, or initially we is an emanation, a light from God. So we came to experience, and now the fool is born into the world. He travels. He's a hero. He travels, and then he returns back to God. Sometimes they say that he's reincarnating again, or in this case, we're just returning back to source, which is the number 23. Okay, just thought I'd leave it there. However, that is also a interpretation of R. Kelly, because he was the star. He rose. He came from. He was unknown. He became a star to the world, but in the cosmic level, he's truly becoming a star, because he's returning back to he'll be returning back to God, because he would have completed his contract. He would have fulfilled his contract, because his contract, he has the Capricorn sun, which is a star, and he also has the Scorpio. He has a Scorpio in the North Node, and briefly just looking at the charges, or the story behind the story behind the we're not looking at the charges, we're looking at the contrast between his stardom and his apparent fall from grace. See, the world is inverted, or it's backwards, so his falling in the world is his rising in the universe, going back to God. So he's accepted. He accepts his fall. He accepts his fate because he walks into his destiny. Because he would have signed a contract with God before incarnating, and let's say that this was always fated to happen. So that means this was in his contract. Once he fulfills the contract, he rises in on the cosmic level. That's how one way of interpreting. Because remember, we're speaking to his higher self, who, we have two major cards. We have the Four, which is also symbolic of the Father God, which is because the divine masculine, is the I remember reading this was they said that in Jung is like the animus, the male spirit, the spirit of God the Father, which is the Father, God the Father. And we have the star, which is also, in another sense, is the divine feminine, because the star is at number 17, 10, and 7. 7, the number of the divine, is a divine number, and in the illustration, there's an angelic figure, a woman, a female, or an androgynous figure. So those two could represent the masculine and the feminine archetype, God archetype, returning back. So this is a divine fulfillment. Okay, that was just a quick interpretation of the three cards. So thank you to the higher self of R. Kelly, and congratulations on fulfilling your contract and completing this cycle. God bless.